currently. Joining me to discuss, Congressman Jim Himes of Connecticut, Republican strategist Hogan Gidley, MSNBC contributor Karen Finney, and Iraq war vet Ry Barkott. It's a pleasure to have you all here. Let's start with you, Congressman Himes. You're a member of the House Intelligence Committee, an interesting voice on this right now. First, this big picture question. Do you have concerns about the long-term implications of training and advising what it sounds like from the president could be a broad range of forces on the ground?
I do have very profound concerns about the path that the president has outlined. Look, bottom line, 300 advisors. We are now going to be coaching Maliki's team. Maliki, of course, a leader who has done all he can to stoke sectarian divisions and to stoke this Sunni-Shia civil war, which, by the way, is how the architects of Iraq need to be thinking about this. This was not a win or lose proposition. When the United States was in Iraq, we were able to tampen this civil war, which has now broken out. And so the question now is, do we want to take a side there? And I fear that the president is taking a side.
And it wouldn't be the first time we've taken sides. One of the interesting aspects of this conflict right now is, of course, during the Al-Anbar awakening, we did train and arm Sunni tribesmen. We're now looking at this major Sunni insurgency sweeping the country. Where are those tribesmen we relied on then? Is there any evidence as to whether they're part of this current uprising?
Well, we were able to do that for at least two reasons. Number one, al-Qaeda at the time overplayed their hands with their absolute brutality, which turned off an awful lot of Sunnis in Anbar and elsewhere, which, by the way, is a dynamic which is occurring today and which will naturally occur as these ISIL crazies do what it is natural for them to do. But the other thing we were able to do, of course, we had a lot of people on the ground who could show up with money, with training, with weapons, and that, of course, facilitated the awakening. We are not there now in a way to do this. But, to join a team, and by the way, it's the opposite team of the team that we are on in Syria. In Iraq today, we are supporting an Iranian bad Shiite leader against a Sunni insurgency. 200 miles away, we are supporting a Sunni insurgency around an Iranian proxy Shiite leader. There is not a lot of coherence in this strategy.
And do you think that collaboration of that kind with Iran should be off the table?
Well, it depends on what you mean by of that kind. Iran
is
a
million-dollar question.
Yeah, Iran is still a dangerous place, but we, in this instance, just as we have an interest in continuing the discussion to make sure they don't achieve nuclear arms, we have an interest, as they do, in making sure that Iraq does not turn into just a hugely violent cauldron.
Congressman Jim Himes, thank you for that insight. Now let's bring in our fabulous...